From the slow echoes in the deep and the crawling visions of your nightmares and the haunted screams heard from the past, what lies below and why.
Alright. Oh, that's enough. Okay. Well, encounter building. Where to begin, how to set it up, how to use terrain, and all these extra pieces that you have to your advantage. Here we're going to start off with just the simple village set with all the walls added and the middle sections thrown in. Now as the adventurers start, we go right down into the middle here. Sludgy area. You see it's just big enough for a medium-sized mini. Perfect for most characters. This here I like to use as difficult terrain, so half speed. Given the fact that it's a little bit of a sluice way, it's at an angle, filled with sludge, you're not going to be moving at a normal pace. However, halflings, gnomes, some of the smaller races, they're going to fit great right there on the side. Slip right past all of it, take full advantage of their full movement, even if it is a little bit slower than others. However, that can also be used by what might be laying below.
And now as we come over here, we see how we can use some of the terrain to both our advantage and to the player's disadvantage. Here are the halflings using a plank of wood to avoid the difficult terrain. When we swing over to the side, we'll get a good overview look of all the other terrain used both for and against us. If you look in the back, there'll be a big pile of debris built up. This would be caused by the natural movement of the water over there, as it has nowhere else to go. And here you can see with these small walls, it lends to perfect view of beasts, small minis of halflings, swarms, and smaller insects. This gives you full view of everything on the terrain field. And then we'll move over one more time for another view. Here you'll see more debris built up into a back little cubby hole, a dead end, where a creature has used this as a den, a nest, its own little lair. You can use many creatures of your design. And now this might lead to ask you the question, why are there giant insects down here? Natural, were they brought in from something else to guard? Or did recent activities draw them in? Now as we place it back down, get a view from the front, we're going to swing in the next section on another sheet of plexiglass, and you'll see how quick and easy this really can be. You can have multiple rooms set up and slide them right in as the adventure continues. Now we're going to swing right over where it matches up perfectly. Here you'll see the adventurers have now moved on to the next space. And you'll notice that the blockage right there in the center, you can use that to impede movement through. And so now your medium-sized characters have to spend time to clear the path. Meanwhile, smaller creatures, smaller adventurers, halflings, gnomes, can move right through along the side edges. And here we have an encounter with a banshee. You can use a ghost, a specter. Here the specter ghost has a chance to attack, maybe paralyze them from fear, shift then with incorporeal movements through the walls and attack the party from behind. Another great example on how you can use some of the simple pieces here to build up a more complicated combat encounter. Using a combination of the narrow claustrophobic feel, the scattered terrain blocking the movement, and the new walls to add in that extra depth. Really doesn't allow them to see what's coming up around the corner. Lastly, what might have brought all these creatures in? What would have brought in the insects, the haunted spirits? What now causes these disturbance below? Maybe there'll be more in the next two rooms.